Podcast is back.
Podcast is back.
It sure is.
Episode 43.
No, 42.
That's fine.
Was a process. Welcome back, everybody. Should we introduce ourselves?
NPT.
Go ahead, Noel.
NPT, homie P.
Welcome.
Hey Pete,
Yeah.
I had a beard.
You had a beard?
Yeah.
Well, looks like you should.
Guys, come on.
Why don't you introduce yourself, beardless wonder?
I'm Jeff.
That's right.
How was that, Pete?
The great
That was energy.
energy was good. Loved it.
Awesome. I love you too.
Great. Susie, you want to introduce yourself?
Of course, there's my girl. Okay, my name's Susie Cloutier, and I am a photo producer brought by someone who is, I'm not going to say it.
I guess we're talking about Whitney Susan Wilds, right?
Right!
Yeah, girl. Hi, Whitney.
Hi.
Hi, Peter.
Oh,
Co-traffic controller, want to introduce yourself?
STRIVECast is back. I am Pete. Thanks for listening.
and
Buckle up.
Susan, don't talk. Just let it go.
Hey Whitney,
Yes, Jeff.
I thought your last name ends with wheels, back of the car.
Whitney Wheels.
My last name's
Whitney
not
Wheels.
Yeah, I do kind of.
Whitney Wiles, not Reels.
All
All right.
Ryan, you want to introduce
I was
yourself?
saying it rhymes.
I am Ryan, the sound and video engineer.
It usually it rhymes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
Jeff is ready for the show today.
Clarification there. It
Big
rhymes
energy.
with wheels.
All right, guys. Well, today we're excited to interview Will Groves from the Ronald McDonald House in Portland, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
we
Yeah, better you.
Awesome. So we will chat with Will shortly, but anything else you guys want to talk about in the intro? Jeff, you can take us to break.
Sure. We'll be right back.
Please welcome Will to the show. Yay! Welcome, Will.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I think Noel has your first question, Will, so we'll pass it over to Noel.
Welcome to the STRIVECast. Will, tell us about the Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah, so the Ronald McDonald House is a charity house located here in the West End in Portland. And we serve families who have a child who's receiving care at a local area hospital, so mostly Maine Medical Center. We have 36 guest rooms here for families to be close to their kiddo while they're receiving care. And we provide laundry services, clean, warm place to stay with their own bathroom, like a picture of a hotel room, essentially. We provide meals and food and kind of anything that a family could potentially need to make this house like home for however long that their child is receiving care. So it could be a one-night overnight stay from someone coming from way northern Maine, and our average length of stay is 11 nights, and it could be up to our longest consecutive stay. I'm not sure when it happened, but it was about 14 months. So people stay with us for as long as they need, and really we try to make it like home. We've been here in the West End for 26 years. We also have a house up in Bangor with 14 rooms as well. So overall, we can support up to 50 families each night for while their child receiving care.
Wow. That's amazing work, right, you guys? So
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, and sometimes when I do the Grieving Children's Place. I been volunteered up there with my group with Strive, and
Volunteered there, right, Suze?
I volunteered there.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we love having groups from Strive come in and help us out with all sorts of projects.
Grateful that you feel that way.
I
All right,
remember that.
Suze, we're gonna keep it on track, all right? You ready?
Right. Yep.
All right, Jeff, over to you.
What is the average day look like in your role?
Yeah, so there's no real structured schedule that I have. I have a wide range of different things I'm responsible for, whether that being volunteers, guest services, so families checking in, checking out, anything they could potentially need while they're staying here. If something goes wrong, something breaks, I'm trying to figure out if I can fix that or call somebody to fix it. There's always something new, always something different, which is really fun, and keeping it light with different groups coming in and helping out. So Strive groups coming in, big groups from different organizations coming in to clean or organize. So there's always something new, always something fresh, which is really fun and really keeps me on my toes. The phone could ring and something could happen, or I could have a bunch of emails to do. Wide range of different things, which is really fun.
All right, Noel, back to you.
Okay.
Mhm.
What is your favorite part of working at the Ronald McDonald House?
Good question. My favorite thing, there are a lot of different families I get to meet on a daily basis. Right now we have, I think, 11 families staying with us. So being there for those families and making sure that they have everything they need, they're comfortable, they're staying healthy, and kind of being sometimes a listening ear for that family who just wants someone to talk to, and if they need food, or if they need help with the laundry machines or something's up in their room, we're really trying to provide whatever we can for them is really important, and it's really rewarding and really nice, kind of day in and day out, meeting them and hearing their stories and really kind of cheering them on and trying to keep them encouraged with things going on over at the hospital.
That's awesome. That's really great that you get to do that. All right, Jeff, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Olivia.
Anytime.
What is the most challenging part of your job?
Good question. Most challenging part, I know definitely during COVID, we kind of had to transition our services a little bit and really kind of make sure everyone is staying safe and healthy. So we've been doing health screenings and taking people's temperatures and making sure everyone is able to see their kiddos over at the hospital. So really, staying on top of all of that, as well as sanitizing all the surfaces and making sure stuff is clean and safe for families. So I'd say that sometimes gets a bit challenging trying to keep everybody safe, but knock on wood, we've been fortunate enough that we've been keeping everyone healthy.
Awesome. All right, Noel, back over to you.
What is one thing you wish everyone knew about the Ronald McDonald House?
Good question. So, donations definitely go a long way. Sometimes there's the little change boxes at a McDonald's in Maine that you can throw a few cents in after you get your change for your meal. That really adds up, and anything and everything really helps this organization, whether it be donating snacks to keep families so they can make a lunch to go over to the hospital, because sometimes that's really expensive over at the hospital. Sometimes it's donating laundry detergent and just different items that we need around the house to keep the house going. So anything and everything is very much appreciated, and it gets put to good use pretty much right away.
Awesome. Well, then I think this next question will connect well to that answer. Go ahead, Jeff.
Okay, thank you, Olivia.
You are so welcome.
how can people become involved with you guys do?
Yeah, so there are a lot of different ways to get involved. So as I mentioned, those donation boxes at McDonald's, sometimes you can round up your meal to the next whole dollar at all Maine McDonald's, and we can get the proceeds from that. Another big piece of donations that we get seemingly several times a day are these can tabs. So the pull tabs off a soda can. We can collect those, which is really great. And we have big bins full of them that we get weighed off and chipped out and getting that. We also have Clink accounts through the Hannaford Clink program, as well as just general volunteering, either a group coming in and volunteering. We have what we call the guest chef program. The guest chef program is an awesome thing. You don't have to have any professional cooking experience. But coming in and cooking a home cooked meal for our families every night. We have different groups come in and do that. So people get really creative with it, which is really, really fun. And it can be, a group of, one person to up to 5 or 6 people right now with COVID restrictions, but anything and everything certainly helps there. And then, just as well as our general volunteers who come in and help keep the house cleaned and stocked, and families have people to go to on a daily basis.
Is there a good website or phone number we can plug so people can reach out to you, or an email address?
Yeah, so our website is rmhcmaine.org. So Ronald McDonald House Charities Maine.org. All of our information is on that website in terms of how to get involved with volunteering, different ways, just more information about the house, who we are, who we support, and all that good stuff. As well as our phone number, if you'd like, is 207-780-6282. And basically anybody who answers that phone can answer any questions you might have. A lot of the time it's me, so.
Awesome. Well, straight to Will. You heard it here first. All right. Well, those were all of our prepared questions for
Great.
you. So Jeff, Noel, Susie, what is it time for now? Time for the
Nice challenge!
All right.
Buckle up! There we go.
Buckle up.
Buckle
Jeff
up.
All right.
usually kicks things off for the lightning round, Will. So
Okay.
Jeff, start us off strong.
Okay. What kind of healthy food do you cook at McDonald's?
I don't think he cooks at McDonald's, Jeff, but maybe a good question would be,
What's your
what kind
order?
of food does he like to eat?
I anything and everything, especially in the summertime. I love grilling. So burgers or grilled chicken or all sorts of different things. Anything to get me outside and cooking is always fun.
Good answer to a interesting question. Noel, over to you.
Okay. What is your the newspaper or a magazine?
I'd say newspaper. I like keeping informed with the daily happenings of the world. So I'd say newspaper.
Question, Noel. Susie?
Do you have any pets? Cats or dogs?
Yep, I have one dog. His name's Benny. He's almost 4, so a lot of energy.
Jeff, back to you.
What?
It's your turn.
Your turn for a lightning round question.
A little more lightning.
More lightning in the round.
Okay. What is your favorite water slide?
Water slide.
Favorite water slide.
Water slide. I haven't been on a water slide in a long time. Went to Disney World. It was a really steep one. I forget the name of it, but whatever. The one at the the big water park down in Disney, but that was probably 10 or so years ago. So
Yeah. Splash,
What is it, Noel?
was it Splash Mountain?
Splash Mountain?
Probably, yeah. I don't remember the name. Yeah.
We'll go with that.
All right, Noel, one more lightning round question. You got it.
Okay. Baseball hat or a winter hat?
Baseball hat. I usually, when I'm not working here at the house, I'm wearing a baseball hat. So a lot of different ones going on. Yeah.
Great.
In the wintertime, definitely winter hat though. Gotta keep warm.
Question. Susie?
What is your best joke? Well,
Tell us your best joke if you
My
got
best
one.
joke. Oh, so I'm a big golfer, so this one always goes well. Why did the golfer bring 2 pairs of pants golfing?
I don't know.
Ryan, I'll
In
bet
case he
you do.
gets a hole in one.
Oh,
I won and only joke. I don't know more.
Funny.
Oh my God. You killed Susie with that one. Awesome. Well, Will, those were all of our questions for you. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate
Thanks for having me.
it.
Thank you, Will.
Absolutely.
Keep up the good work.
Nice to meet
Thanks,
you.
Will.
See you.
Bye, Will.
Have a
Thank
good one.
you.
Thanks,
Bye.
Billy. Bye.
Thanks, Will. Have a great Tuesday.
You too.
Great, Jeff. Want to take us to break?
We'll be right back with happy smiles.
STRIVECast is brought to you by
That is right here.
Right here. And Susie, what is our summer special?
55.
Ryan, what does that mean?
so for $50, you get to be sponsored on 5 episodes.
That's right. And Ryan, why should someone advertise on our show? What do you think?
To benefit from getting their word about the business out there, and for helping support Strive, a wonderful nonprofit organization for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Exactly. And you guys are such awesome spokespeople, right? You guys can really sell a brand. There's no one else I can think of who would be better at selling anyone's biz. So, Pete, how can people contact us?
They can contact us through STRIVECast at pslstrive.org or give us a call, 207-774-6278. We'll be happy to talk to you about your brand and your advertising campaign right here on the STRIVECast.
Susie, what were the numbers again?
50 for 5.
You get 5 episodes for $50. You can't beat that with a bag of hammers. All right.
and the
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, we'll be
We'll be right back.
all right. We're back. Susie, what's the time for?
Rabbit, frogs,
Rabbit.
frogs.
Frogs for what segment, Suze?
For Susie Cute. When I heard Susie Cute. Everyone like Susie Cute. Yeah.
That. And we're talking about frogs today. Is that right? Ribbit.
Frog.
Yep. Frogs is so wonderful.
Frogs is
Yeah, right. Oh yeah.
All right, Pete, you want to give us an update?
Sure do. Here we go. In first place with 80.5 points. I can't remember how we got to the half, but Whitney has 80.5 points, followed closely by the Jeffster with 79. Then we have a tie after that with Ryan and Susie with 77. Noel right behind them with 76, followed by Olivia with 70. Okay, so with 5 questions up for grabs today, it could be much tighter.
Tight.
It is getting
Real
tight.
tight.
Here we go. Ribbit number
Question
1.
Yeah.
Ribbit number 1. A group of frogs is called school.
That's right.
Ribbit.
Okay. Question 1 is a group of frogs is called a school. Is that true or false? And as always, we start with the ladies. Susie?
I think ribbit. False.
Ribbit
No.
false. Okay.
Not false. I meant to say, sorry.
Final
Ribbit.
answer, lock it in?
Okay, in.
True. Okay. All right. Whitney, wheels.
I think I'll say true.
True. Okay. Olivia.
I'll stick with the ladies. I'll say true.
True. Jeff.
Yes.
True or false?
Oh. I say true. Pete locked in.
Okay.
All the way.
Ryan.
True.
True. And Noel.
Give me your hand roll.
Is frog the same thing as a school a fish?
That's that. Therein lies the question.
I go with school. True.
Okay, so everybody's in it. True.
Because it's sort of like a fish.
Well, it is not. It is false. A group of frogs is called an army.
That's
Oh.
right.
Oh,
They
Oh.
sometimes move in large groups to hunt for food and avoid predators. Did not know that right off the bat. So no points there.
I should have said question mark, but I didn't.
Well, you can't say question mark. You have to say
Question
true or
mark.
false. Okay, they all have a question mark. All right, Susie, ribbit number 2.
Ribbit
Question
number
marks.
2. Ribbit frogs drink water through their skin. Is that true or false?
Okay, is that true or false? And we'll start with the gentleman that frogs drink water through their skin. And let's work our way backwards. So let's start with Noel.
True.
Noel goes with true. Okay. Ryan?
True.
Okay. Jeff?
Pete, I would say true. Locked in.
Okay. All the guys are in it. True. Olivia?
No idea. True?
Okay. Whitney?
I think this is true.
Okay. And Susie?
I think it's true also.
Okay. You guys did better on question 2 because it is true. They drink or
Yes.
absorb water through the drinking patch on their bellies and their legs. How about that?
And they also have lily pads too on the water.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Not
Suze,
drink
ready
through
for
that pad.
Q3?
Ribbit 3.
Ribbit 3. I love that. P-Dog.
Thanks, S dog. All right. Number 3.
Number 3. A ribbit sheds its skin once a week. Is that true or false?
Okay. Is it true or false that a frog sheds its skin once per week? And we're back to the ladies. And I think it's Whitney's turn to go first.
Whitney.
I'm gonna say
Hello.
false because that seems like a lot.
Okay. Susie?
I'm going with wires on this one is false.
Okay. Olivia?
Wheels on this one. I'm going false.
All right. The ladies are all false. How about the guys? True or false that a frog would shed its skin once per week? I think it is Jeff's turn to go first.
Okay. Pete, I'm going with true. Locked in.
True, locked in. Jeff goes against the ladies on that one. All right, Ryan.
Going with true.
Okay.
Oh, and I go with the F one.
Okay, so we've got Noel, Susie, Whitney, and Olivia are with false, and Jeff and Ryan have true that a frog does shed its skin once a week, and they are correct. They do shed their skins about once a week, and they even eat their skins after shedding.
Okay.
Perfect. Oh, moving on.
Ribbit
Jeff and ribbit
four.
Ryan.
Frogs have teeth.
That's it. Most frogs have teeth. True or false? Let's see. We went ladies, men, ladies. Back to the guys. Okay. Noel, you go first. Frogs have teeth. Yes or no? True or false? It's audio show. What?
No, they
Okay.
do not. Teeth is that.
So that's
Is-
false.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Jeff.
You don't have this.
I think it's going to be true, locked in.
Okay. Ryan?
False.
Okay. The men are split. Susie?
False on this one.
Okay. And so let's see. We've got Noel, Susie, and Ryan are all at false. Jeff is true. Whitney?
I'm gonna go with true.
And Olivia?
I'm gonna go with true.
Okay. So I think, help me with this here. I'm struggling
Yeah.
today, I guess.
I think Whitney, Olivia, and Jeff say true.
Yep.
Ryan,
And-
Susie, Noel say false.
Yeah, and let's stop there because it is true. Most frogs have teeth on the upper part of their jaw, and they hold their prey in their mouth. with them.
Oh,
All right, so that was a point for Jeff, Whitney, and Olivia.
Oh.
a comet doesn't have any teeth.
Kermit is a puppet.
That is true. The Kermit does not have does not have teeth, but Kermit
Okay,
also sings and dances and
ribbit number 5.
TV and movies.
It's a pig.
Yes, I'm sorry, Susie's game.
Ribbit.
Somewhat and chemicals in some rabbit's skin can cure cancer.
Okay, so this is our last one. True or false that chemicals in some frogs' skin can cure cancer? That is almost a tongue twister. That chemicals in some frogs' skin can cure cancer. We're back to the guys. Let's start with Ryan.
False.
Okay, Jeff?
Pete, I would say true, locked in.
Okay, no hesitation there. Noel?
I go with
True? Okay. Susie?
bench.
I think true on this one. Safe
Okay.
side.
All right, Whit?
I think false.
Olivia?
Feels, I'll say false.
Okay, so same I think as almost before. Whitney, Olivia, and Ryan are false. Noel, Susie, and Jeff are true. And that is a point for our hosts team because that is true. For example, a peptide in the wax monkey frog cures certain cancers, and collecting the peptide doesn't hurt the frog at all.
Monkey.
Do not ask me
Fact check on that one.
one. So a point for Noel, a point for Jeff, who went 4 out of 5 on frogs, and a point for Susie.
Who's a monkey frog?
Noel's Kermit comment really got me.
Yeah, me too. It got me also.
So a wax monkey frog.
I like the monkey frog.
But Kermit's not a wax monkey frog.
No.
He could be, for all I know.
But we don't know. I like he also dances and sings. All right, Susie, you want to sing us out while Pete does the math?
Of course, Susie Kiss. Susie Kiss. Everyone likes Susie Kiss. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Yeah, what?
Noel, would you care to give us a ribbit?
Yep.
Ribbit.
I can.
Ribbit.
This is Comedy Frog here.
I actually do a pretty good thing.
Oh, good God!
It's not that easy being mean. Rabbit.
Okay, well, I've got some breaking news if you're ready for this.
Yeah,
We have a change on the leaderboard.
I
Jeff,
Feeling.
coming off of his 4-point outing, has taken the lead.
Yes,
Jeff has
Jeff.
80.
Jeff.
Jeff has 83, followed
Yay!
closely by Whitney with 82.5, followed closely by Ryan and Susie with 79, Noel with 78,
What's up, bro?
Olivia with 72. So there you go.
Good job, Jeff.
Wow, yes! Impressive. You are one number up from Susie Miles. Cool.
All right. Well,
baby.
Susie, he's above her. He's in first place. But you ready to sing us out? I mean, you ready to take us to break, both of you? Susie, Jeff? We'll be.
We'll be
I'm back.
back.
All right, Jeff, what's the time for?
It's time for me in the fizzy.
Back to Jeffster and the Fizz, and time for Ask Jeff and the Fizzy. Can't wait.
Yeah, and that's me and Pete. You know,
Right.
It's a fizzy.
I'm the
Yep.
fizzy. Oh, okay. Well, we got an email today, and if you'd like to ask Jeff on the Ask Jeff segment, you can send us an email at strivecast@pslstrive.org, and he'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Today's comes from Lisa in China, Maine, and she writes, "Dear Jeff, what is the strangest thing you have ever eaten? Love the show, Lisa, China, Maine."
The worst thing that I tried to eat. Did I Pete?
The strangest thing you've ever eaten.
Okay. It'll be octopus.
Octopus.
Yeah.
How was it?
Rubbery.
Rubbery. Seems like it could be pretty rubbery.
Yeah, but I tried to with that with sushi, but with that, not so good. But I actually tried a little tiny bit of it, but it was very good though.
But yet rubbery.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. What's the second weirdest thing you've ever had?
It's probably eel.
Eel. Okay. Anybody else want to share a strange thing that they've eaten?
What about drinking too?
Okay. Have you drinking something weird?
Not since now, but a long time ago, at church in Yarmouth with my cousin Joey. He said, "This is a Coke," but it was really coffee, and I tasted it for a minute.
I didn't know where that was headed for a
That's
while.
on the edge of my seat for that one.
So coffee is
Wow.
the weirdest thing you've ever had to drink?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I thought it was Coke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Classic mix-up.
Yeah,
Must have
Ryan
been
or
surprised
Susie,
when you had that.
anything strange you've had to eat or drink?
Wait to tell.
I was in one time when I was little, I was been eaten by a worm in my backyard. I was a little baby
Pretending to be a bird.
in a pretending be a baby bird,
Oh my
but
God, you ate a worm?
I eat the worm.
Oh my
Ooh.
God. Wow, you really took pretending to the next level. That's intense.
The weirdest thing I gotta say eating is like some seaweed.
Huh.
I tried a little of that, but yeah, I guess it was salty, but had a little sliminess to it.
Hakuna Matata.
Okay. What's the best thing you've ever had to eat?
Ah, that's easy.
Okay. What is it?
Pizza.
Pizza from where?
Hot dogs. I like Otto's in flatbread.
Otto's Pizza, best thing you've ever had to eat?
But the best one is flatbread pizza. I like
What about
that.
your mom's home cooking?
Oh yes, I love the mom's made cooking. But it's actually my dad's cooking.
Okay.
The chicken with the ham.
Chicken with
And-
the ham. And the
And
coffee with the Coke.
Yeah, sure.
and with the one with a cream and marinara.
Creamy marinara on the chicken and the ham.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like more like the strangest thing I've ever eaten. All right, Jeff, how about you? What's the best thing you've ever had to eat?
The best thing that I ever had to eat. I think that would be chicken palm.
Chicken parm?
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yum.
Susie or Ryan?
Hot dog parm.
Hot dog parm. Huh. Wow.
What about you, Miss Thane over there?
What are you asking?
Not me.
You sure?
Me.
Whitney, what's the best thing you've ever had to eat?
I don't know. I can't really narrow it down right
All
now.
right.
From
Oh,
all
come on,
Well,
girl.
Ryan gets the final word on this, I think. What's the
How
best thing
about
you've ever had to eat?
there's a pear fries from OLB. They're some
Ooh,
of the best style fries I like. Like hand cut, they're fried well and everything.
Delicious.
They're really crispy. I love the pear fries in OLB.
Nice. All right. Well, Lisa, I hope that gave you what you were looking for. And thank you for writing to Ask Jeff. If you'd like to ask Jeff, STRIVECast at pslstrive.org. Thanks.
All right, Jeff, you want to take us to break?
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Please.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
It's time for Noah Tree. It's been a long time since you went there today. When you know what to do. If you had a game to go to, I will read you a newspaper. But I lost my newspaper at downtown Ocean Grove Road. The end.
Wow, a short one today.
Yeah.
About
I didn't know if that was the intro song or the actual.
Yeah, was that just the intro? And now is there another poem or was that the
Oh,
poem?
that was the intro.
Oh, okay. So let's hear your poem. Go for it.
The poem is, have yourself a day away. Downtown, Gobo, Wimbley, Moki, Red. Downtown Ocean Grove Road into. You have a box to put stuff in, but you forget to put a unicorn on top of a bag. La la la, zippity doo da, zippity yay. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way at the end.
I
That
really
was
like when you have
surprising.
yeah, I like the abrupt endings, Noel. It really adds a little something special
Yeah.
to your poetry. Tell us what that poem was about.
About a unicorn to fit in a stripe bag, and then the unicorn danced and sang the zippity doo dah song.
What's the strive bag?
The striped green bag with the white unicorn on top of the wooden scene.
I have a
The
question.
unicorn
Are you
in
just
Whitney's
looking at
office.
things in my office.
Yes, yes, you are.
You have a
Yep.
unicorn in there?
It's
I
a
have
little
a little
pinata.
pinata.
Oh, right.
Wow.
You
And
have
Amazing.
pinata in your office?
I think he's looking at the green Strive Rocks bag hanging on my door.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're just making
What about the Zippy Doodah? Where's that in your office?
That is not in my office.
No, but that's what the unicorn's saying if she wasn't asleep.
Oh, I see.
You
Awesome.
put
Else you
unicorn
wanna- Oh, sorry.
in your office? Girl, come on.
It's a little pinata, Susie. Yeah. All right, Noel, anything else you want to add?
Really.
All right. Well, Jeff, you know what to say.
We'll be right back.
STRIVECast is brought to you by
Mary.
Yeah. Yay, Mary. Jeff, how do you know Mary?
Um,
A relative.
I know she's my cousin.
There it is. Yay, cousin Mary.
Listener of the week, Mary.
That's right. Listener of the week. Thanks, Mary.
Thanks, Mary.
Thanks, mirrors.
All right,
Jeff,
Jeff.
want to take us to break?
What?
Take us to break.
Okay, thanks, Pete. We'll be right back.
All right. What's the time for?
a beat.
Oh yeah, let's see. Wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Whitney, Susie, Miles. Wrap it up.
Oh, what kind of wrap is it today?
It's a hookery sandwich.
Ooh.
What's that?
Woo!
There's a little bacon and some turkey and some vegetables.
Oh,
Yum.
Yeah.
Ready to wrap it up too?
Yep, and a spider one too. Yeah.
Let's give a big thank you to our guest, Will Groves, for joining us
Yeah.
on the show today, right? Thank you, Will.
You really.
How about just
Willie,
Will?
the awesome work over at the Ronald McDonald House in Portland. Thank you to our producing team of Whitney and Susie, as always. Thank you to Jeff and Noel, our hosts with the most. Our sound and video engineer, Ryan, for putting this show together each and every Tuesday afternoon. What an amazing job he does.
Big time.
Shout out to Pete as well for all
You
the
too, Liz. Thank you.
Be.
All right. And Noel, ready for your favorite part of the wrap it up? What's the time for?
Wrap it up, the audience.
Before that, you wanted
Can
to
we do
do
anything
some
else before
updating?
we wrap it up?
I wish I had more, but I don't.
No. How
Like
about
to
if we
do-
update some things?
Update some
Oh.
events.
Oh yes, the updating events.
That's right. Whitney, want to update events?
sure.
Noel?
We have a busy fall coming up. We're still making plans for a number of our fall events, but we are happy to announce that we will be having our Strive for 5K in person this year. September 18th, which is a Saturday. We will be hopefully doing it in person around our Strive neighborhood. And there will also be some virtual component to that too, if people do not want to come to Strive or don't feel comfortable doing an in-person race yet. So more information on that to come. You can visit our website, pslstrive.org, for more information, but save the date, September 18th, 2021.
And what's the next one, girl?
The next one coming up is Kevin on the Roof, which will also take place sometime in September. We are meeting with Kevin himself later this week to plan a date. So more information on that soon. And then we are also planning our Strive annual auction. So we are looking for item donations, either items or experiences or any other donation that you think would do well in our auction. We want to hear from you. So visit pslstrive.org/auction for more information on that.
And speaking of Kevin Whitney,
Yes.
he would be a good listener like you if
He would be a good listener like you. Maybe we can even interview him again to our annual Kevin on the Roof show when he's on the roof.
I think he's the only person we've ever interviewed that's been on a roof while we've
I think
interviewed.
so too.
What about my bidet, girl?
Oh,
And another updating event, Susie's birthday is this weekend?
This Sunday, yes.
This Sunday. So let's give it up for Susie. Happy early birthday.
GD, Susie.
Thank you.
Love to see it. All right. And one more, Noel?
Yep. What is, it's on the board in Whitney's office. It says Strive Night Backups.
That
Yep,
is
that
for
is-
our staff. But
That is just a
good
that one.
segue, we are hiring. So
That's right.
you can see all of our open opportunities at pslstrive.org/employment.
Yep.
Good reminder, Noel.
Good job.
You
All right,
just
well, another
was
great,
in your room, girl.
another great episode in the books. Thanks everybody for watching and listening, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, please.